Hello world, welcome back to another TryHackMe challenge video. In this video, we're going to be going through the memory forensics room. Let's get started. Task 1 is just the introduction. Perform memory forensics to find the flags. If you are having trouble, maybe check out the volatility room first. So we actually did the volatility room in a previous video. If you want to learn more about how the volatility tool works first, then I highly recommend checking out that video. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and push ahead. And they give us some links for volatility stuff right here. We're going to go ahead and just ignore those. We don't need them for this video. And we're going to go ahead and complete the introduction. All right. So let's move on to task 2. The forensic investigator on site has performed the initial forensic analysis of John's computer and handed you the memory dump he generated on the computer. As the secondary forensic investigator, it is up to you to find all the required information in the memory dump. Now, for the convenience of this challenge, and I have already went ahead and downloaded all the memory files we're going to need. So in this task, we're going to be dealing with snapshot 6. So we consume all these snapshots. You'll notice they're .vmem, so they're virtual snapshots, right? They're snapshots from a VMware image, and they should all be from the same image, right? Because they're all sequentially, they're labeled as snapshot 6, snapshot 14, snapshot 19. There's probably other snapshots in between there, maybe. Or maybe not, they got rid of them. But anyways, all these snapshots should deal with the same image. And that'll be important going forward so we don't have to repeat certain steps. So let's go ahead and do an ls so we just have them there for reference. And we're gonna go ahead and start our volatility command. Oh, one thing I wanna do first before we do anything else is we're going to go ahead and redirect the output of the help menu into a text file. That way we just have it available for reference. Now we're going to go ahead and run it, and we know what to do first, right? We want to run the image info plugin, right? So we're going to do volatility tac F for file, right? And then snapshot 6.vmem and an image info. All right, so we get a whole long list of a bunch of different profiles. I always like to start with the first one, and if it's not that one, work my way over to the right. So we know what to do next, right? We want to run the same volatility command, but this time we're going to set our profile to Windows 7 Servers Pack 1 x64 for 64-bit, right? So, and then we're gonna run the PS list module, and let's see if it comes back with anything. All right, we got a lot of processes, so this is probably the profile we want to use going forward. So let's go ahead and clear our screen. So now the question asks, what is John's password? So let's look at our volhelp.txt and see if we can't find anything that has to do with passwords in here. If we scroll down, or actually, we don't even need to scroll down. Let's just look for pass, right? Because that should find us something that has to do with passwords. Let's go up instead. Password hashes, right? So first thing I want to do probably is do hash dump, right? However, there's also an LSA dump here, which may actually provide us other password secrets, right? So, and those would be in plain text. The hash dump would provide actual password hashes from the SAM file, which is where Windows stores passwords in its file system. So let's go ahead and check the LSA dump first, just in case. And so we're just gonna go ahead and run LSA dump here. All right, looks like there's nothing readable here. So we're gonna go ahead with the hash dump instead. I was able to pull our hashes, right? If we'll notice, and you'll notice that there's actually a John hash right here, and that's the one we wanna crack, right? Because that's what the question's asking for. Now, John is an indicator for a certain tool called John the Ripper, and what that is a password hash cracker. Hashes are one-way type of encryptions, and that you can't reverse them, but you can actually match hashes to their plaintext, and if the plaintext matches the hash, then you know that you have the right password. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our Kali box right here, and we're going to go ahead and echo our John hash, right, into a John hash txt file. Now to run John, we're going to do John, and then we're going to select the word list we want, and what we're going to use is the famous rocku.txt word list, right? And this is a famous word list that people use to crack hashes. And it's just a very standard and usually the first thing people go to when they're trying to crack hashes, right? Now, Windows hashes are stored in NTLM format, which is just another type of hash compression method, right? And so we want to make sure we select that our hashes are in NT, right? For NTLM. And then we're going to go ahead and put our John hash file right here. And then we're going to press, we're going to redo that because I accidentally pressed the wrong key. And it immediately cracked it, right? Here's our cracked hash right here, Charmander999. So that's going to be the answer to this challenge. Pretty easy, right? All right, so that's it for task 2. Let's go ahead and move on to task 3. On arrival, a picture was taken of the suspect's machine. On it, you could see that John had a command prompt window open. The picture wasn't very clear, sadly, and you could not see what John was doing in the command prompt window. To complete your forensic timeline, you should also have a look at what other information you can find. When was the last time John turned off his computer? So the first thing we're going to be looking for is when the machine was last shut down, right? So we're going to come to our little volhelp.txt guide, and we're going to look for a plugin that has to do with shutdowns. And lo and behold, here we go, right here. Print the shutdown time of machine from registry. That's exactly what we want, right? So we're going to come back here, we're going to do our command, and we're going to do snapshot 19 instead, I think it is. Yeah, and then we're going to get this time right here, copy that over here, and there's our answer. So now we want to know, what did John write? What it's asking for is, what did John write in the command prompt that we now can't see, right? So all we need to do is look for the console history. That should be pretty easy, right? So let's go ahead and look for, I don't know, history maybe? Let's say up. Ah, here we go. Consoles. Extract command history by scanning for console information. That's exactly what we want, right? So we'll just use the same thing here. And instead of shutdown time, we'll do consoles. And there we go. Looks like our answer is right here. Right? So this is our actual history, right? We can see what commands were ran. And we see that there's a message right here that's getting piped into test.txt. And it's in the flag format, so we can kind of suspect that that's probably the answer we're looking for. So let's go ahead and submit that. Uh-oh, your answer is incorrect. Okay, so maybe we don't need the curly braces? There we go. All right, so when you submit this, forgo the curly braces and the flag, right? No format this time, just the thing that's inside the flag format, or the message that's inside the flag format. All right, let's go ahead and clear that, and we'll move on to task 4. A common task of forensic investigators is looking for hidden partitions in encrypted files, as suspicion arose when TrueCrypt was found on the suspect's machine, and an encrypted partition was found. The interrogation did not yield any success in getting the passphrase from the suspect. However, it may be present in the memory dump obtained from the suspect's computer. And ask, what is the TrueCrypt passphrase? So, why don't we go ahead and go back to our vol help and see if we can't find anything that has to do with TrueCrypt. Here we go, here's some TrueCrypt plugins. TrueCrypt Master, TrueCrypt passphrase. Ah, that's probably exactly what we want, right? That TrueCrypt passphrase. So, let's go ahead and change our snapshot to snapshot 14, since that's the one for this one. And remember, we're assuming that we're using the same profile. It worked last time, should work this time. And we're gonna say, what was it? TrueCrypt passphrase, I think. And check it out. We found it. Forget me not. And that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, show your support for the Force, and check out our Discord and Patreon, links in the description box down below. And if you have any feedback or rooms that you want us to walk through or challenges you want us to solve, leave that in the comment section down below. This is Almond Milk, and goodbye, world.